5th meeting between these two. There are some players you don't play on the tour for years and years, and there's some that you just keep bumping into. Both were born in 1996. Jasmine's around 7 months older than her opponent today. I had a look at their junior records in the ITF, the under-18 events. They didn't play each other. They've certainly seen a lot on the tour. It might be worth noting that tomorrow is Jasmine's birthday. Getting closer to the big 3-0.
30-15.
Captain Renzo Froilan, who was the personal coach as well of Jasmine Paolini. He's been working with her for about 4 years full time, but he was always in the background for a few years before that. But actually it was in 2021 that she started to really make a move.
Has been around for around 8 years in Jasmine's development, and you can really see the steps she has taken forward, is more aggressive, particularly on that forehand side. We just saw this beautiful winner. Just a bit overzealous there, but we already get a glimpse of what might await us today. Two of the most natural players on the WTA Tour when it comes to net play.
Yeah, we know we're in for a good evening when they're both up at the net in the first game. Swinging very freely. An excellent start from Paolini. Laura Robson, you are with us courtside with our happy trio. They last played at the US Open, Muchova winning 3-3. What do you remember from that encounter?
I'm so glad you mentioned it, because I actually did the commentary on that match, and it just to me felt like Muchova was doing such a great job of kicking out the serve and then playing into the open space, and she actually did come forward quite a bit in that matchup, and she was going higher into Paolini's backhand just to get it above the shoulder and just relentlessly playing that same pattern. And so Jasmine, you know, is a pretty routine scoreline in the end, and she didn't really get herself as involved as she'd like to, and I just love that she started here coming forward straight away. You see a bunch of variety in the first game of the match.
Karolina Muchova representing Team Czechia.
Italians very comfortable winners of Group D, beating Switzerland 3-love and France by the same scoreline. But the Czechs, they snuck through in Group B as one of the best runners-up to Poland. Karolina beating the Norwegian #1, being beaten by Iga Świątek.
And you can already see the more aggressive stance she is taking, Jasmine Paolini, trying to rectify that loss at the US Open. Goes after it straight away.
30-15.
She'll be having US Open flashbacks with that kind of serve placement. That was the one that she just could not get out of, gets so trapped up in the backhand.
That's textbook tennis, TBT as I like to call it, and a particularly nice page out of Muchova's playbook. The serve out wide, opening the space, and into the open corner and finishing at the net. If she could have every point exactly that way, she would be happy as a clam.
And in a big match encounter, always good to get that first smash.
Yeah.
Done and dusted, isn't it? Get it out of the way.
Clearly the strategy for Paolini is to go after those second serves. We saw it with Iga Świątek in the previous match, who did exactly the same thing. The Italian team studying their opponents well.
As Muchova beaten in straight sets with a very competitive 6-3, 6-4 against Iga Świątek, the Polish #1.
Yeah, that was a lot closer than the scoreline really suggested. A lot of tight games in that match.
Deuce. Advantage, team Turkey.
She's had a tough run, hasn't she? On the injury front that came of snakes and ladders that she's played over the years with her body, ankles heavily taped, and there'll be some strapping under that right wrist, because that's what she had operated on almost a year ago now. She is literally stuck together. And in fact, she was out actually much longer from when she had the operation in February. To coming back to, I remember her coming back at Eastbourne on the grass, because she hurt herself at the US Open before that and really barely played. Qualified for the season finals, but couldn't play. So it was a big layoff.
Yeah, she tried to get ready without that surgery, tried everything, in her power to not have to do it, but in the end just couldn't get around it.
You don't want to have wrist surgery unless you absolutely have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a complicated part of the body.
Too many bones in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Stay away. Service game that she had to work for.
Team checking.
But both women safely aboard in this first of 3 matches here at the quarterfinal stage.
Wrists don't really get better on their own either.
You would know, Laura.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, you can only do so much to
Yeah.
such a small area of the body. More often than not, especially in tennis, it's so wrist dominant that people end up on the operating table.
There was some of these higher balls that Laura mentioned earlier on that she used in this US Open match to get it up and above the shoulder of Jasmine Paolini and push her back behind the baseline if possible.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Petco, but I don't necessarily agree that Karolina's game plan today is to keep the point short. I think it's to keep control of the depth of the rally and then make sure she's getting the height. For sure, she's going to come in and serve and volley and return and volley occasionally.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that we saw it in the previous point. The one way you can push Paolini back behind the baseline is with these higher topspin shots, and Muchova has the capability to pull them off. Paolini is on the shorter side on the WTA Tour. Fantastic athlete, but still. And plus she plays those short points really well, Laura, right? She's so good in taking the ball early. And
Yeah. Well, Paolini, when it's in her strike zone, has done tremendous work over the last year.
Game, Team Italy.
On serve so far in this first set.
Team Italy leads by 2 score.
Well, the Italians have tried surfing, the French have been at the zoo. But I'm not too sure that many of the players have had a chance to get out to the eastern beaches, to Bondi, where the waves are a little bigger. Paolini had a go at surfing at Urban Surf, which is a man-made wave pool.
she was so good.
And she got up on the board.
That was embarrassing for all of us others.
Low center of gravity.
Yes, who tried to do it and fell in the ocean a million times, and she was just bam on it.
Italy against Czechia, 3 matches, a women's singles followed by the men, and then potentially a deciding mixed doubles to see who will go through to the weekend. And we have blockbuster matches here at the Ken Rosewell Arena. Captain Fernand, very good player in his time, top 20, 4th round of the Australian Open, and the WTA Coach of the Year. That smile lit up the centre court. last English summer. Beaten in the end by Barbora Krejcikova, the #1 Czech. There are a lot of them around. There are actually 7 in the world's top 50 currently.
And you can just sense both players still feeling each other out, testing the waters, changing up some paces and heights above the net to see how the other one will react. They do both have all the shots in the book. So just feeling out the other side.
40 love.
She's quite a phlegmatic character, isn't she? Karolina, Kaya to her friends, Muchova. Never knowingly rushed or phased.
Game, team, Czechia. 2 games on.
Laura, you're with the Italians.
Got Angelica Moratelli with me. Angelica, this is a really tough matchup for Team Italy. Jasmine's head-to-head against Karolina has not been great for her. What does she have to do today?
For sure, will be super tough for Jasmine, but I think also for Karolina. I mean, this match will be super tight, and for sure they're gonna play in a few really close points. So I would say just to play her game, and she's playing amazing. She's in confidence and just trust on her game and do it. So I think they're gonna try to be aggressive and just play like as how she can do it, and I think it would be amazing.
Exactly. In the first couple of matches this week, she played super dominant on the baseline. That has to play a part today. But is that something that you've noticed this year even more of than previous seasons?
I think she's gonna try to play more on the net, and she can have more confidence also there, so she can maybe try to go more often on the net and play more aggressive than how she can do it. And I think she can do it, and she's on her game and just playing on the net and can be more aggressive than as she is.
I know you support a #1. How loud are you going to get today?
A lot. This is my job today.
I'll let you get back to it then.
Thank you.
And she might need to get loud because Paolini's in a spot of bother here. Hasn't really been put under too much pressure. Just a couple of games against returning mum Belinda Bencic in the 3-love win against Switzerland, and then A couple of games again against Chloé Paquet of France. This is the first test of the new season.
Yeah, it truly is, especially when you play somebody that you've lost 4 times against. It also gives you a certain kind of freedom and liberty to try new things, knowing that the old ways haven't worked.
Paolini might be getting that sinking feeling again here. Early chance for the Czech.
Yes.
Too strong. And another chance to break.
Advantage, Team Czechia.
Dihaj, dihaj means breathe, breathe, trying to relax his player here, Daniel.
Great save.
Yes.
You can just feel a bit of apprehension in the air. Both players are sort of looking over to the other side, what might come, because there is so much variety. And Renzo Forlan just said to Jasmine Paolini to go for the body. Let's see if she does. And she did, but yeah, she's frustrated. She did do what Renzo told her, but just didn't quite do it decisively enough. And the problem with the body serve, if you don't get kilometers an hour on it, your opponent will have just enough time to take the step out of the way and lean on it.
You've got us covered, haven't you, on the translation front?
There was a Czech, I only understand this one word, and accidentally he used exactly the word.
You shouldn't have told us that, because we were so impressed.
Yeah,
wow.
No. That's I played doubles with a Czech girl when we were a junior, and her coach always told her dihaj, dihaj, and I asked her eventually, what does that mean? Beautiful hands from Karolina, right, Laura? That's what you wanted to say.
I wanted to say that, but Paolini had done such a good job of this forehand here, hugging the baseline, making sure she didn't drop back, and then straight away went for the move. And I felt like wanted it so badly that she just rushed onto it too much.
Fourth break point in this game so far. Paolini's produced a first serve on the previous 3. Can she do it again here? Oh my goodness.
Stunning point, and she did exactly what Muchova did to her in the previous point. Dropped it just low, and then the lob. So nicely done under pressure.
So back to deuce for a 4th time in this game. We're not even half an hour in.
Advantage, Team Italy.
Not even a smile from Renzo, huh?
Wow. Wonderful. What skill. She's human.
And off the forehand side, she's hit the least forehand unforced errors in the tournament, the least amount. And that one just, for me, was because the legs weren't there yet.
Yeah, only 9, in fact, in the entire tournament of that wing for Jasmine Paolini.
Oh, it's just some way to save your serve.
Advantage, Team Italy.
They're both just destroying my self-esteem that I used to have as a tennis player. Knowing of all the things I never knew how to do.
They're both playing so well under pressure. A pressure point is a point that leads to a break point or a game point. So they love 30s, the 15-30s. The juice points, and we're racking them up already. It's only the 5th game.
Deuce.
Coach Daniel Vartek, very experienced, former top doubles player. And a very good singles player as well. It's a good time to be Czech. It's a good time to be Italian in tennis. Has she made it? She has. Oh.
Advantage, Team Czechia.
Can every tennis match be like this? You just bottle this. Muchova cutting it fine. It's up a 5th break point in this game. Oh, she's got it!
Game, Team
What a
Czechia.
game, what a break! Czechia make the first move.
Team Czechia leads by 3 games to 2.
že když se tak normálně poblí už tady, to nemůžu slyšet.
A na něj to máš, na něj.
Ne.
Vy vůbec nevíte, jak to bylo, ale.
Za to může on.
Tak když to takhle řekneš, no tak on je plnoletý, povídej, že to.
Že jo.
The last quarterfinal might be the best. We've been saving it for you. Very special opening half an hour here. Team Italy against Team Czechia. That's the Czechs with the early break, but the tennis has been out of this world.
Time.
And a very different matchup from the women's singles last night. It was brilliant, Bolter against Fiontek, but they hit the living daylights out of the ball. This is a very different game of tennis entirely.
$50.
And that should be the game plan for Paolini going forward. That's why we see her using that forehand down the line return on the do side. She is trying to get into the backhand of Muchova right here, the little higher one. The one thing she doesn't like that much, and then into the open space. She can pull that off, Paolini.
Karolina's been doing a great job with the backhand slice, though. As soon as it goes too far out into that corner, she knows what the game plan from Paolini is, and then you see her drop into the slice, and it's like point starts again. Such a neutral shot. Jasmine wants the power coming into her racket to then redirect it with that one line.
The slice backhand in the last few years has made a comeback. It was almost extinct at one point. Particularly the defensive slice out of that corner. Muchova Muchova. She's had a few different ones over the years.
Ash Barty brought the slice back. It's here to stay.
It's now breeding on the women's tour, pleased to say. I'm sure Steffi Graf will be very happy about that.
Yes.
Don't think anyone's got as good a slice as Steffi, though. Not yet.
Yes.
Soft landed.
She made it.
Advantage, Team Italy.
So now, chance to get the immediate break back.
And this is the classic case when you tell yourself to go for it, but then just before you hit it, you also want to make it, you know, and then you're in this weird in-between land of not having gone for it 100% decisively.
Advantage, Team Czechia.
You can just see her catch the frame a bit there. That used to be a weakness of Paolini's 4 or 5 years back. Has improved that wing tremendously.
Game, Team Czechia.
Coolly done.
Team Czechia leads. Live for games to 2.
Give a wipe to Karol, you're squaring to right.
Love 15.
It's time 12 months ago. Paolini ranked at 30 in the world. She's top 5. It was so impressive after those 2 Grand Slam finals that she didn't tail off to the rest of the year. Still had a good run to the last 16 at the US Open. Olympic gold in the doubles. WTA finals, first appearance there. And then won the Billie Jean King Cup with Italy. And then 2 weeks to put her feet up in Tuscany and then back out there again. Great season.
I wouldn't be approaching the forehand side too often.
30.
Yeah, that's the side of Muchova's where she can really go both ways. Hard to detect where she is going to go. Great acceleration.
makes it look easy. And a third consecutive juice game now.
Gem Courier's favorite gameplay, the crush and rush. And Laura, it looks to me like that Muchova taking time away from Paolini has made her lose clarity, or she seems to play every ball differently, you know?
There's definitely no standout game plan right now. It's like some points she goes too much to the forehand, other points she tries to just go for too much into Muchova's backhand side. I mean, if it was an easy game plan, then everyone would be doing it, but she's definitely looking a little lost.
And it's a double break.
Team Czechia.
Team Czechia dominating this first set now.
New balls. Team Czechia leads by 5 games to 2.
Completely unfazed, isn't she?
Yeah,
in this matchup.
Yeah, one of her, we always talk about her beautiful game, but one of her biggest strengths is her calm demeanor. She seems always to be within herself, rarely ever panics. And I feel a little bit of panic on Paolini's side. I just think, you know, sometimes you have to see a strategy through for at least a couple of games to see whether it's working or not. But the moment she loses a point, she switches to something completely different and just a bit all over the place in terms of strategy.
Tonight, for the last of the United Cup quarterfinals, we are under the big top at the Ken Rosewell Arena. Tucked inside here in what is a very pleasant evening, and so far Czechia have the early advantage in this three-match head-to-head. Paolini doing well to put the brakes on.
It felt like as soon as she lost her serve to go 3-2 down, then came out of the changeover and then tried a million different things. But the game plan before that was working just fine. Muchova played a fantastic game with all those trick shots to break.
Yeah, and this is where the negative head-to-head, we talked about it, the 4-0 in favor of Karolina Muchova sometimes comes in play in a negative way. The moment things go awry, you are thinking about those other 4 matches where things went awry.
And there's quite a few backhand returns like that she's missed. Trying to take the ball on, but then it's going for too much. If you're already taking it on the rise inside the baseline, then you don't need to go aim for the line as well.
15-14.
Well, had to have a break point in the last service game. He's got some work to do here as well.
Just too good, that play. You know it will most likely come, the serve out wide, the closing of the net, but it's just so precise.
But the positioning of Paolini's return on the backhand side is changing all the time. 1 minute she's trying to take it on, and then that one on the outside especially, she's trying to let it drop all the way. And it's a fantastic serve, as we see there, but you aren't helping yourself with the rhythm of the match by changing it point by point.
Well, 50 fabulous minutes in this opening set. Muchova has a chance to close it out. Czechia strike an early first blow. Muchova taking this first set by 6 games to 2.
Love 15.
The Italian broken in her last 2 service games. So there's the first job for her to hold here. But has lost 9 of the last 10 sets against her opponent out here tonight.
Now this is the kind of point, in my opinion, Paolini needs to play.
13-15.
I've practiced many times with Karolina, and she was 10 times the player that I was. But the one thing I could disturb her with was by making the rallies really physical, left, right, at more high intensity, similar like what Swiatek did to her in the last match. Because she wants to play tennis. She doesn't want to work tennis. And I think this is the way Paolini should go from her. And it's hard for her because she wants to play tennis too. She also wants to feel like it's a game and be playful about it. But I do think you can sort of suck the joy out of the game for Muchova by making it really about the work and the intensity and the physical aspect of the sport.
Laura Kirkbride, can you just describe how clean that ball is from Muchova?
Yeah, it's very crisp, the sound of it.
Gosh.
It hits the racket. I mean, that is right where they teach you how to hit a tennis ball. In the sweet spot. Just thinking about Paolini's game plan in the second set, it did feel to me that when Muchova was able to go slice down the line, Paolini then went straight cross court, and then it plays into Karolina's game plan of getting it back on her forehand. And Jasmine, when she goes with her forehand line, she wants to play it as the aggressive shot and really go for it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some shape as well, just to attempt to get it higher.
Oh, well watched.
Advantage, Team Czechia.
Yes, all going well in Camp Czechia. Lining up a third consecutive break of the Italians. That serve.
Yes. Advantage, Team Czechia.
That is stunning.
Czechia.
And what a way to break right at the start of this second set.
First game, second set.
Goodness me, she makes this game look easy, and she turns around as if it's a regulation shot. There isn't a fist pump or barely, just a little clench, and then it was so discreet we almost missed it.
Returning greatly on those second serves of Paolini, who is only winning 40% on that second serve.
Nicely done. Bad news for Jasmine Paolini, as Muchova historically is a very good front runner. I was having a look at her record over the last 5 years when she won the first set, and she's only lost 7 matches in that time when she has won that first set. That's up there with some of the best in the world.
It's just one of those days, isn't it? She has a lot of good, she connects well on those second serves, and they just tend to get caught in the top of the net or just miss by a few centimeters. And she is getting more and more frustrated because she knows she's playing a player that does not let you back into the match easily when you are having one of those tough days.
Game team checking. Team Czechia leads by 2 games to love.
And here we have a reason why Paolini has been broken a few times already in this match. These are the hit points of Muchova's second serve return. Every single one has been way inside the baseline, creating a lot of pressure on Paolini, which has resulted in her having trouble defending those second serves, winning only 39%. Did a much better job there, 147 k's an hour on that second serve.
Yeah, it feels like it's less about the placement of that second serve and more about the speed of it. If she can slide it out wide on the due side, but fast, then at least it's going to be a tougher return, even if she's still cutting off the angle inside the baseline.
In terms of the scoreline, it's got a US Open feel of it, hasn't it, from last year's 4th round in New York.
And the head-to-head is a little less surprising to me now that I've been watching this match up so intently. It just feels like Paolini prefers to be the agent of chaos. She doesn't like to face an agent of chaos. Muchova just the one that does what Paolini does so well. At least just as well, if not better. Remaining unpredictable at all times.
30 all.
Well, Paolini hasn't picked up a game since she was broken at 2-all in the first set. Something for Paolini, but it's still Cece in charge of this opening women's singles.
Team Czechia leads by 2-2.
Sei lì, lì. Ci sei lì, stai positiva, non concedere lì, con atteggiamento. Ale. Lo so. Lo so, va bene.
Time for this charming young woman to take a breather, and we can also take in the sights of one of the world's great natural harbours. You only really start to appreciate the magnificence of the bridge and the Opera House when you're right there beside it. Just absolutely extraordinary structure. There's an awful lot of chatter in the Team Italy zone.
Time.
Andrea, it's your time to shine.
Quando spingi e la vicini e lei ti controbatte, ogni tanto il frullo alto sul vecchio va a Dio, cambia ritmo, cambia linea.
Okay, I was trying to listen. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch everything, but definitely Renzo said to change the rhythm because Karolina is the one who is controlling the rallies right now, and she has to change the rhythm to get back into control. That was the last few sentences I caught.
15.
It's not going to be easy though, is it, for Paolini to wrestle this away from Muchova? We already talked about her calmness, her winning record, and also the fact she is an excellent front runner when she takes that first set. Everything about her is so elegant, isn't it? She's a very rather willowy 5'11", 1m82 is the 28-year-old from the eastern part of the Czech Republic.
first, I think Laura wants to say the same thing, but it was the first time she changed that topspin into the backhand a bit higher, Laura.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like it was the forehand before that one where she'd gone a bit more shape up to Muchova's backhand side, and then I felt maybe could have gone one more again to the backhand, went to the forehand. I mean, it's just a change up though, that's the whole point.
Loose error here from Muchova, maybe the first one of the match. It is a close one, but it is out, and a chance.
First break point for Paolini in the second set.
That is such high intelligence from Muchova, just a little out. But Paolini was threatening to run around that second serve to use her forehand, and right away the changeup with the slice serve from Muchova.
This is rather good.
And again, that change-up in this rally
Team Italy
gets her some options, Paolini. There it is, right there.
And previously in the point off the slice, she'd gone back down the line for one of the first times.
Another chance in this game for the Italian.
I think the difficulty is she's got to play that point 55 times.
Yeah, that is very challenging.
But sometimes as well, when you change up the pace, you want the mistake from your opponent on the next shot, don't you? And then actually she's playing the right kind of point, changing it up, and yet still has to play another 6 shots.
Oh, sensational.
It's a sensational shot,
Advantage
1000%. But again, off the slice, Paolini's gone cross-court, and Muchova plays that forehand line on the move incredibly well. She's done this exact shot countless times today.
There has been a definite and clear adjustment in the game plan for Paolini, and the question is, can she sustain that discipline now for, if needed, the next set and a half.
I think the key there is now there is a clear game plan, isn't there?
Yeah.
That she can hang on to.
Advantage. Team Czechia.
And then you also have to hope that she doesn't serve like that.
Deuce. Advantage, Team Czechia.
She's so good behind the serve. She very rarely gives herself a difficult volley. And that is the sign of a good volleyer.
Deuce. Advantage, Team Czechia. Game, Team Czechia. Team Czechia leads by 3 games to 1.
And there has been a clear adjustment in game plan for Paolini, and these are the serve placements of Muchova. She served fantastic to get out of this dangerous situation, and maybe this is a way for Paolini to break through. She needs that break to get back into this match. Close the wide serves a little bit. Those are the serves that do a lot of damage for Karolina Muchova. Opens the court so nicely with that.
Love 15.
And of course, she needs to continue to find a way to defend her second serve.
Love 30.
Trying not to think about all his previous defeats right now. 4 of them in a row. And they've taken 1 set off her opponent tonight.
love 40.
Oh, Muchova looking to stretch her legs out here.
And Laura, we can talk game plan and strategy all the time. Sometimes you just have to accept that the opponent is playing very, very well.
1000%.
It hurts our ego, but it is what it is sometimes.
It's a double break.
Again, Team Czechia.
Czechia are almost there, putting 1 point on the board.
Team Czechia leads by 4 games to 1.
If it were me, I would have turned around and said to my coach, see, I told you the game plan wasn't working.
Well, it's not working when Muchova is playing like this.
Funny enough, I can actually see Laura doing. I mean, I can visualise that very comfortably.
Only because I've probably done it before.
Yes, I think I've been commentating on a few matches when you have done that, actually. That would be very you, I have to say.
What about the sarcastic thumbs up into the coaching box?
I don't do that one so often. I hope not, anyway.
It's natural to try and find the fault with yourself and adjust game plans, but this woman right here has been playing absolutely fabulous.
The world's number 22 playing as if there's certainly as a single-digit player, there's no doubt about it. And actually, looking at her ranking, she's only got 6 months of tournaments on there, and she's only played 12 events. So the next, from here till June, she can fill her boots, and if she can possibly stay healthy and fit and away from the operating table, surely she's top 10 and a contender for all of some. Would you want to play Muchova in a couple of weeks' time?
No, she is the one player you don't want to have nowhere near you in the draw. And just imagine if she's fit for the grass court season.
Ooh. Can she put the finishing touches here? Sydney Olympic Park, the venue for the 3rd edition of the United Cup. And the women playing alongside each other. Ken Rosewell Arena looking splendid tonight.
Well, and on top of all of it, Karolina Muchova is having an outstanding service day. She has 65%, 66% just switched of first serves in play, but 47% are unreturned, don't even get into play. That's almost half of it. A lot of free points that she gets.
And where Paolini is now playing her return from, she's in the trenches.
That's Paolini trying to make adjustments. She can feel that she's not making any ground on those serves.
So that broke the run of 9 consecutive points. And look at her sprinting towards the finish line now. She's got about 18 different options there, didn't she?
Back on the practice court.
will pick up her spirits. The tricolour's been a little quiet out here this evening. Sudden.
Advantage, Team Italy.
Can't imagine Jasmine saying any bad words, can you? She's got such a sweet disposition. But you wouldn't blame her if the odd naughty one slipped out this evening. It's been tough for her. But fighting hard here. Muchova was at 40 love, lost her concentration.
Advantage, Team Czechia. Game, Team Czechia. Team Czechia leads by 5-1.
The Czechs have it under control. The men are up next.
30 love.
That feels like a consolation hold. The Czechs one game away here from taking this first singles.
Team Czechia leads by 5 games to 2.
Ještě 16, kolik je? 8, 7, tak. Ještě 9.
Karolina Muchova and Team Czechia closing in on a victory, which will give them 1 foot in the semi-finals.
Time.
She's been very, very good tonight. Can she finish it off? Thomas Mashak going in the men's singles. He will take on Flavia Karoli in their first tour level meeting. Interestingly, Mahash has won their 2 previous meetings on the lower circuit, so we shall see. It's going to be an intriguing night here on the Ken Rosewall Arena.
Love 15.
Yet to be broken tonight. Has saved all 6 of the break points that she's faced.
Love 30. Let first. Love 14.
Well, she's had chances. She had 3 break points in the opening set. She's had the same number in the second, and even the last couple of service games, she's had chances.
There you have it. Not a single one converted.
30-14.
Still break point.
And again, almost a copy and paste. She prefers the wide serve, and twice now already on break point, she changes to the T serve with the slice, surprises Paolini 2 times, and gets back to deuce Karolina Muchova.
Oh! Something from Paolini.
Advantage, Team Italy.
She's given herself another chance in this game. Can you believe it?
Deuce. Advantage,
Well,
Team Czechia.
it's been a performance full of precision and skill tonight. The Czech at match point.
Game 7 match, Team Czechia.
It's a Muchova masterclass.
Love 6-2, 6-2.
And the Czechs are the first to strike. Her easiest victory over the Italian. Straight set 6-2, 6-2 in an hour and 41. It was comprehensive. And what a performance from Muchova on her United Cup debut.